welcome to another super duper awesome fun science lesson. It is I, Brett Sieber, naturalist to the Three Rivers Park District, located at the Lowry Nature Center in the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota. Again, working with our friends from Tierney to bring you a lesson today about one of the oldest group of animals on the planet. An animal that we believe was around when the dinosaurs were around, yet dinosaurs are gone and this animal is still here, and it is an animal that often spends a lot of time near places like this, the ponds and the lakes. Today, my friends, it is all about turtles. We're going to learn about what makes a turtle a turtle. We're going to talk about what they eat, and then we're going to go off in search of some turtles here in the park. Let's get started. All right, so before we meet our live turtle, I just want to talk a little bit about, I guess, probably what makes a turtle more than anything else, and that is its shell. That hard, protective outside covering that they carry with them everywhere they go. When we see a shell like this, I think there's some thoughts like, wait, I can see right through there. That turtle must be gone on vacation, or maybe that turtle outgrew its shell and it had to go find a bigger one. Just underneath the top of this is its backbone. Reptiles are vertebrates. You are a vertebrate. As a mammal, you are a vertebrate. Its ribs are part of its shell. Your ribs are these right here. They kind of protect everything on the inside. Same thing as the shell. When we find a shell like this, this turtle is no longer alive. You can see the scales that they have on here, making it a reptile. But I think enough of the shell. Let's meet the real deal. All right, so here is a painted turtle. It is the single most common turtle in all of Minnesota. I mean, you go to any pond or lake on a nice, warm, sunny day, and you are probably going to see these up on the logs, up on rocks. So in the distance, what appears to be a bunch of rocks on a log are actually painted turtles. As an ectotherm, their body needs to be a certain temperature in order for them to digest food. So even if they're swimming around in water eating, they have to come back out of the water, warm up so that their body can actually use the food for energy. This is a very warm day in Minnesota, and my goodness, if I even tried to start to count, we are over 20 of them over there between the 2 or 3 logs. Sometimes they'll even stack one on top of another. We're now gonna go ahead and feed him and watch to see how that works. All right, so here's our turtle. He is eating. Ooh, just grabbed a little teeny tiny cockroach. Didn't have to use the claws on that one, just his beak. However, you'll notice he's in the water, as is his food. Turtles cannot eat on land. Their cousins, the tortoise, sure, but an aquatic turtle, no. They need to be in the water to actually use the pressure of the water to pull, kind of suck food down into their mouth. He gets a variety of things, from insects to these pellets that are kind of like vegetables. This is a snapping turtle. Now, it's a young one, so it's not as big as it's going to be. At some point, it could be size of a garbage can, laid 45 pounds. This one is only 2 years old. If you look closely at the end of its feet, you'll notice claws. Reptiles have claws. Turtles have those too. I talked about the scales on the back of the shell here. Very visible, easy to see scales on the snapping turtle shell. What's interesting about the snapping turtle shell is the bottom. Look at that, all those open squishy areas. Now, they make up for that without having the protection of the bottom with the big snappy jaws. That's why they're called the snapping turtle. But also the long neck that allows them, if they end up on their back and there would be a spot where an animal could get at them, that long neck allows them to flip themselves back over and keep going. Now, as a reptile, scales, yes. Claws, yes. Vertebrate, yes. Teeth? As a reptile, you're supposed to have teeth. He opened up his mouth, we would see there aren't any. Turtles have a beak more like a bird does. So again, yes, they are a reptile, but no, they don't check all the reptile boxes. In Minnesota, this is a turtle we will see here in the next couple weeks climbing onto the land, getting ready to lay eggs. So this is an old hole from last year that a turtle had dug and laid its eggs in. Yes, turtles spend most of their time in and around the water. However, they do climb onto land. usually in Minnesota late May or so, to dig a hole, lay eggs, cover them back up, and then they leave them. And all summer long, those eggs stay in the ground, the sun keeps them warm, and by the end of the summer, the little turtles hatch out, and if the ground is wet enough, crawl up out of the soil and down to the water to spend the winter. Well, thanks for joining me today as we learned all about turtles. I hope that you're going out into your neighborhood sometime soon in search of them. And again, on a sunny day like today, perfect. I mean, there are even some right out back behind me on a log, sunning themselves. This is the time of year, too, where they're coming out of the water to lay eggs. So be watching for these kind of things where you live. Now, if you are looking for more information on the Three Rivers Park District, you can go to our website. If you want more content to go along with the lesson, the video from today, you can visit Tierney's website. My name is Brett Seaburn. Until we see each other again, get outside.